So we're going to keep this really simple, and I just find that sometimes simple is a lot better, and it's certainly going to make it easier on yourself. We're going to just do a brick pattern, and the only thing I would say about brick patterns, you know, half and half, is just to pay attention to the sides of your tile. So if it really bows a lot, then you're going to have a hard time keeping that lippage in between each other. So this is within reason. This is not great, but it's not something I can't overcome. But what's going to help me with that is using a leveling system. So this is a T-lock leveling system, and this will just basically keep those two tiles even with one another. So it's just going to be a brick pattern all the way up. There's no border. There's going to have one shelf that we're going to cut in. And then really the way that this whole ceiling kind of works is that we're just going to end at a full tile and then bullnose the edging. So we got some bullnose edging that will go all the way around. So rather than going all the way up to the ceiling, we're just going to end it where it ends on a full tile. And so that makes it kind of easy because I don't have to worry about having any type of slivers. It's just where it ends is where it ends. We're going to be, somewhere up above the shower head, about 6 inches, which should look good. Now the only thing I would say about having a full tile at the top is that a lot of time your bullnose will match the same size as your tile. And what I'm going to recommend is to offset that, because if you end on a full tile, you're going to have a goofy little triangle at the top to make the 45 degree. Whereas if you went half, you have like a full piece here, and you can cut that 45 degree angle and continue the bullnose straight down to the floor. And so that will be the level that I want to have my first row of tile. So I'll just go ahead and put our laser down to the top of that tile. And then all the tiles will be cut around the perimeter of the shower pan, which is, I really recommend that always to cut your first row of tile, just because a lot of times your shower base or your tub might not be 100% level, and this will give you the ability to cut that tile instead of having like a 1/4 inch gap underneath one side or the other to keeping everything level. So this looks like we're basically on our first row of tile. It looks like about a 6.5 inch piece. So that's going to work out well. So we're just going to go with our laser line. We're going to start on the back wall first. Main reason for that is just primarily so that when I put this tile up, it kind of hides the grout joint from the view of the front of the shower. Plus, when you do the back wall first, you don't have to be nearly as precise the cuts on this back wall. So it's a good starter point. And really you do want to keep about an 1/8 inch gap in between your walls, just because it's a movement joint and you want to have expansion and contraction in your corners. So then when you do the side walls, you just have basically one side that you have to kind of pay attention to on the evenness. So always start on your back wall and then do your side walls. I also have horseshoe shims. These are helpful for spacing off of my tub deck or my shower deck. You always want to be having a little bit of space, because this helps provide a good caulking joint. If you just took the towel straight down to the base, you're basically just going to be smearing caulking between the two surfaces. Whereas if you have a space, which you should have an expansion and contract, because this is acrylic, this is going to expand and contract as well. So you want to have a little bit of space on that first row. So we basically got 59 inches. That's 29.5 inches. Just make sure that if we're going to do our brick pattern, that we're going to look all right, and that's fine. So we got 7 7/8, and then the opposite side is going to be some bigger pieces. We'll figure out the sidewalls to continue the pattern, but just starting right from your center point is going to work out great.